OG Anunoby isn't taking it anymore. He recently expressed his concerns over the Detroit Pistons and their illegal screens. But don't get me wrong here. He's not complaining. He's ensuring adjustments will be made for Game 3. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 52% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. OG Anunoby blasts the Pistons for using illegal screens. Okay, I'll admit it. Game 2 didn't go as planned. The Pistons were the more physical team, the tougher team, and definitely better defensively. However, two things can be true at the exact same time. Even though that's the case, the referees, the officiating of Game 2 was terrible. In my opinion, one of the worst officiated games that I've seen in the postseason thus far. And I'm not the only one that noticed this. OG Anunoby, the Knicks' best defender, also noticed that some things weren't being called right, including the Detroit Pistons setting illegal screens. Shout out to Knicks Muse on the app X for giving us the following information. Here's what OG Anunoby had to say about guarding Cade Cunningham in Game 2 after that game. According to Anunoby, they were running stuff to get me off of his body. They all are trying to screen me. They're moving on the screens. They're doing that illegal stuff. I'm not sure every one of them is illegal, but they are all trying to screen me as hard as they can. Is Anunoby wrong? He isn't wrong here. There were a lot of illegal things done during that game. Some were called, many were not called. But we can't only rely on the refs to win or lose a game. But it needs to be called better. Either way, though, OG Anunoby expressed his concerns about the screens and all the calls, or really lack thereof calls, that happened during Game 2. But if you listen to the rest of this interview, he's not complaining. If anything, this sounds like a warning, a notice to the Pistons that I see you, I see everything that you did, and now I'm ready for it, and I'm going to make adjustments. Instead of me reading what he said, I think in this situation, it's best to hear from OG Anunoby himself. Roll it.
What's Cade doing today that you guys kind of contained in Game 1 differently, I guess, today?
Just they're running stuff to get me off of his body, setting screens to get me off of him, and doing stuff like that. So they made some adjustments, and we're gonna make some adjustments ourselves.
How do you combat that?
We'll watch the film and figure it out.
What do you think you can do differently? I know you kind of asked about adjustments, but like, do you feel like when Cade gets going, that kind of hurts the defense?
No, he's a great player. He made some tough shots, and they're doing some good stuff to get me off of him, off his body, and get him downhill. So just watch the film and go from there.
I don't know if anybody caught this, but I did. Did anybody see the death stare that OG Anunoby gave when he was talking about adjustments? Let's go back and take a look at that expression again.
Stuff like that. So they made some adjustments, and we're gonna make some adjustments ourselves.
Right there. Right there, man. OG Anunoby and his calm but also scary demeanor. They made some adjustments, but we're gonna make some adjustments too. Detroit should be very, very worried right now. Let's play that line back again, because honestly, that made me pretty hype.
Setting screens to get me off of him and doing stuff like that. So they made some adjustments, and we're gonna make some adjustments ourselves.
They made some adjustments, and don't worry, we're gonna make some adjustments too. Detroit, revenge is coming, and thy name is OG Anunoby. The demon has been awakened. and he's coming to game 3. He's going to be at Little Caesars Arena, and he's going to be hounding Cade Cunningham all game long. Adjustments will be made. OG Anunoby essentially vowed revenge on the Pistons for everything that happened in game 2 when he sees them again in game 3. Adjustments will be made. OG Anunoby knows more than anybody else he did not play his best game in game 2. He did not turn it on. We did not see demon mode. For game 3, not only will we see demon mode, I think we're going to see an even more locked in OG Anunoby. And that is scary. If he can go to another level, which I think he can, not only offensively, but defensively as well too, Cade Cunningham could spend the rest of this series in jail. In jail. OG Anunoby's comments should be taken seriously. He didn't see everything that happened in game 2 and is now going to let go of it. He needs to pay them back. He owes them a receipt, and that receipt comes in game 3. The demon comes to Little Caesars Arena, and he is going to go off because he knows he should have gone off in game 2. Jalen Brunson alone is not going to get it done. Isolation ball is not going to get it done. The Knicks, as a team, cannot have only 15 assists. We need to have at least 25 assists as a team in order to play that New York style basketball that we've seen all season long. This Knicks team cannot function, cannot win by isolation play. Jalen Brunson hero ball will never get it done. Why? Because look at the season. It has never worked that way. It has worked when we move the ball, move ourselves, get others involved, and hurt you from every single part of the court. It is too easy, too predictable for one penetration and a pass to the corner. Everybody sees it and everybody can read it. But when you're moving that ball left to right and nobody knows where it's going to go and it has to go to the open man, that is what makes it exciting. And that is how the Knicks get open shots, good shots, easier shots. We're not doing that. We're working entirely hard for each and every possession. And that's because the ball movement is not there. And because the ball movement's not there, the player movement is also not there. So what does that mean? Less cutting opportunities. And this Knicks team thrives off of cutting. And they're not going to cut if they know they're never going to get the ball. We do not want to have that instilled in all our players because that means no matter who you are, when you're on the floor, you're never going to move because you think, why am I going to move in the first place? I'm never going to get the ball. That cannot be what our players are thinking. We have to change that mindset. Yes, it does start with your point guard in Jalen Brunson, but just going to JB, because a lot of people have been criticizing him. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the criticism. He does. But can we call it right down the middle? He had 6 turnovers. He also had 7 assists. The team had 15 assists. I understand we wanted Brunson to pass the ball more. What did we want him to average in terms of assists? Because 7 assists is already pretty high. What did we want? 15? We wanted the point guard to not only score 35 to 40 points, but also to get 15 to 17 assists for the entire team. We can't only put the blame on Brunson. It's a team sport, so we have to put the blame on everyone. It is on Jalen. It is on Cat. It is on OG because he didn't step up either. It is on Mikal because of that fourth quarter. Yes, he did good for the first 3 quarters, but we needed him in the fourth, and he wasn't there as well. Josh Hart really hasn't been good for this entire series. The coaching, the adjustments, they haven't been that great. It is a team issue, and that is what I am calling out personally. The team has to get better, and OG Anunoby already said adjustments will be made. If the demon is saying that, if one of the best two-way players in the game is saying that. I believe it. I'll trust it. And I know for game 3, I don't care if they have home court advantage. I don't care how loud their arena is, because you know what? Ask any NBA player on this planet. Almost 99% of them will say the exact same thing. Would you rather have an arena cheer for you, or would you rather have a loud arena that's against you go silent because of what you're doing? I guarantee they would choose silencing an arena any single day. And this Knicks team, when we walk into Little Caesar's arena, one of our main goals is not only adjustments, it's silence. Silencing the Pistons fans, silencing the media, and of course, silencing you. Silencing the Pistons, because you guys have only increased your trash talking even after that game. And of course, as you should, you won. You won that one game. That game is the game that you got. The next game is ours. Game 3 is the controlling series game. And New York must win that game. And I know in my heart, I believe it. The Knicks will win game 3. If you believe it, if you're on this side, if you're joining this energy, then give me a comment below and let me know you're riding with the Knicks for taking game 3 and controlling this series. And if you think otherwise, or you want to give some comments about OG Anunoby and what he had to say about the Pistons setting illegal screens, be sure to leave a comment below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.